Hello and welcome back to this channel. So today we are going to talk about how you can be able to identify if you have unhealed emotional wounds. I've been talking about unhealed emotional wounds for a long time, and maybe you've been wondering if you have these unhealed emotional wounds that maybe you can work on, that you can begin the process of emotional healing. And when I talk about these emotional wounds, I talk about things that are affected as the heart, the wounds that have resulted from maybe being abused, maybe being rejected, maybe neglected, and therefore we have to know what is impacting us so that we can be able to heal, so that we can be able to know why are we experiencing misfortune after misfortune. So one thing to know that you have emotional wounds is that you have relationship struggles. When maybe in a relationship, maybe you are in marriage and you have trust issues. Maybe when you're growing up, the relationship that was formed, that was nurtured by your caregivers was untrustworthy. And maybe they didn't provide that loving, caring, and nurturing relationship. Then you view that perception, you view the world from that perception when you are a child. And that is why it is very important to understand if you have the kind of relationship that you have with your parents. Is it affecting you? How has it impacted you? And so when you have trust issues, maybe in marriage, in relationship, where did this trust begin from? Identify, go to the root, go to the foundation, identify how did I come not this point that I'm not trusting people, I'm not trusting my marriage, I'm not trusting my spouse. And so it is very important, it is very vital. Another thing to identify is that if you have unhealthy boundaries. When I talk unhealthy boundaries, is that you're not able to say no when you're supposed to say no. You're not able to say how you are supposed to be treated. If those people you have in your life are mistreating you, are you able to show up for yourself? Are you able to say, this, you're treating me like this and I can't tolerate that? Are you in a position to talk about it? Are you in a position to say, this is not the right manner that you're supposed to treat me? Are you in a position to say that I have no money if those parents, those relatives keep asking for money, and you, maybe perhaps yourself, you can't be able to pay all your bills, and maybe this giving is giving you a lot of stress, it is causing you emotional and mental instability. Are you able to say no? Are you able to say that to your in-laws that I need my privacy? You can't keep showing up in my home without prior communication. Are you able to stand up for you? I know many people are going to say that maybe when you keep saying these things, you are a mean person. But there is a difference between mean and withstanding abuse, withstanding control, withstanding manipulation. So where are you? Where your position when you cannot able to maintain unhealthy boundaries? How did it start? How did it start? Go to the roots, go to where you were born with the foundation. Check out the boundaries. Were you able to raise your voice? Were you able to say what is affecting you? To say this is my room and no one should come in. Were you able to say this is my dress and I shouldn't share with anyone else? So it is good to understand those things. Another aspect that you can able to know that you have unhealed emotional wounds is that you have emotional outbursts. You have anger issues. You have rage towards men. What did a man do to you that you have this generalization about you have to have anger about men? When men are mentioned, what comes to you? Perhaps maybe a man abused you sexually when you are a child, and now you don't trust any kind of men you have because you have anger towards that man, that you were not able to take care of yourself at that time. So now you have anger towards men. Another thing is maybe you have anger, a man might be having anger towards women. Perhaps maybe you're brought up by a very controlling and manipulative mother. A mother who was so abusive, so neglecting, so rejecting, and therefore you have anger towards women. You want to revenge towards this woman that was of higher authority, that is your mother, and now you unconsciously have anger towards women because you want to revenge towards this gender that hurt you. So it is good to understand, maybe if you have anger towards men, you have anger towards women, it is good to identify where this feeling begins, where these emotions begin from. Another thing to identify is that you have feelings of what you feel unworthy, you feel incapable, you feel that you are not loved, you feel that you are not respected. All those feelings that you feel that you're not a good manager, you feel that you are not a forgiving person. Where did these things originate from? Where did they originate from? Who told you that you're not capable? Who told you that you're not worthy? Perhaps someone mentioned a bad thing to you when you were a child, and therefore it formed a part of programming. Who's saying that you are not loved? They give, when you're a child, they provide that loving and caring, nurturing relationship to you? Did someone or didn't appreciate you no matter what God you're trying to do? Were you suppressing your emotions so that you can be able to withstand what was going on, to be loved? Were you suppressing your emotions so that you can be loved in that family, so that you can do what your parents did? Did you want to pursue a certain cause? Did you want to pursue a certain talent, a certain hobby, and your parents told you are not supposed to do that because this is not my own, because I'm the one who is going to pay for that fee, and then you shouldn't be your authentic self. So identify why you have those kind of feelings. Another thing to identify if you have unhealed emotional wounds is mental health issues and physical illnesses. When I talk about mental health issues and physical illnesses, is about the emotions that have been trapped in the body, that suppressed emotions, that deep buried pains that you have not worked on. They manifest as mental health issues, they manifest as physical illnesses. When I talk about that, go and check. Did someone hurt you and you have not processed that hurt? When you remember someone the way they hurt you, do you still feel the pain? Have you worked on forgiving people? Maybe someone hurt you and you have not forgiven them. You say, I can't forgive that person no matter what happens. But that person hurt, it is you who is hurting. So it is going to identify those things that you have not processed. Maybe perhaps someone you are trusting did something to you that is evil, and now you're in a state of shock, but you have not worked on that. You remember that, but you always keep it deep inside down your mind that I can't work on this. But those things that you're not working on are the things that are causing you problem. There are things that are manifesting as depression. There are things that are making you to feel that you need to commit suicide. It is too much. When the emotion becomes so much overwhelming, then you reach at a point that at your breaking point, and that is why people maybe start maybe having sicknesses, that maybe cancer, maybe they have it, maybe ulcers they have, maybe headaches that are not healing. So it is going to identify if there are those emotions that you have suppressed. It is going to work on the pain that you have not worked on. Perhaps maybe you lost a job, perhaps maybe you lost a loved one, maybe there was separation, maybe there was divorce. Have you worked on grieving on that loss? When I talk about grieving is not just about death. It's maybe you lost something, maybe you lost a leg in an accident, maybe you amputated. So there's so much the loss. Even if it's a small loss, you have to go through the process of grieving as if like that of grieving in the process of death. It's important to heal. It is important to understand what is influencing you, to understand what has impacted you, what has built you, so that you can you can able to know the kind of life that you are living, how has been shaped, and it begins with going to the roots. It begins by going to the foundation to identify how these experiences have shaped you. So keep sharing, keep subscribing, and keep following for more, so that you can create the awareness, so that you can understand what is impacting us. Because I always say that to make our mental health a priority, to heal, to reclaim our authentic self, you need to understand the factors that have shaped us.